Welcome back to Entertainment News Break. Get ready for another exciting week of what's happening in TV, movies, and the industry itself. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Taylor. Today we have some fun and exciting new movies coming to theaters, new additions to the Netflix family, and some interesting television shows returning.
The world of Harry Potter is back, this time as a prequel to the original series taking place in the United States. Coming to theaters on November 18th is the long and highly anticipated Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The film follows the stories of Newt Scamander, a writer who in search of different magical creatures and is seeking to document his findings. The film is based off a book that's actually inside the original Harry Potter series. Fantastic Beasts takes place 70 years before the iconic story we all know and love. Will it live up to the fame of the original series? Let's take a look at the trailer.
We were all 17 once, and we all remember the awkward days of high school, right? The Edge of 17 follows Nadine, a high school junior who is at peak awkwardness when her older brother starts dating her best friend. Once Nadine feels like she has nobody, she meets a classmate, and they soon become unlikely friends. The movie stars singer and actress Hailee Steinfeld as well as Hayden Seto. Here's the trailer.
This week we have a few popular titles in television and movies coming to Netflix. The long-awaited Season 3 of the CW show, The 100, is finally hitting the streaming site this week. Watch and see what happens to Clark on her journey across the post-apocalyptic Earth after returning to the planet after 100 years in space. Season 2 of Lovesick, the Netflix original, will also be premiering this week for all fans to binge over Thanksgiving holiday. The show is about Dylan, a boy who just contracted an STD, so he must track down every girl he's ever slept with. Also coming to Netflix this week, we have the TV miniseries Paranoid. Will also be streaming on Netflix.
Netflix is adding a few more interesting movies to their lineup this week. On November 18th, the 1995 Jackie Chan action movie Thunderbolt will be gracing Netflix. George Clooney and Brad Pitt fans rejoice. The 2008 dramatic comedy Burn After Reading is coming to the streaming site. Burn After Reading is about two gym employees that get top secret information from the government, accidentally attempt to sell it. Be sure to check out these great titles.
Well, that's all we have in movies this week.
Up next, we have Mike with a discussion on the latest episode of American Horror Story.
Hey guys, we're back with another discussion. This time it's going to be about the American Horror Story episode, the latest episode of American Horror Story. So, what did you think of it?
Well, it's kind of hard to pin down because so many things happen in this episode. It feels like they almost didn't really have enough time to really flesh this out as much as they needed to. They're just throwing so many elements in. We start off with a bunch of new characters, like 3 new ones just introduced at the beginning, which none of them were that likable. They were just like this film crew that's investigating Roanoke, and they're all just kind of teenagers.
Yeah, the typical millennials, like oh, we're doing this for all the
really stereotypical
views.
millennials.
Yeah, and like they see like the girl from the, I think it was like one of the producer's assistant that they saw like the ghost of it.
Right.
And they like went to the car accident and they saw her dead.
Yes.
And then like that's when everything just kind of just.
And that's the thing, that moment where they went after her and then she just happens to be in this crashed car, because they keep like mentioning that there's going to be another twist, which is most likely going to be dropped in the final episode, that I'm guessing has something to do with something surrounding that, or at least that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then those new characters, they kind of didn't serve any purpose as to be basically just sacrifices for the butcher.
And just like someone to like be able to like have the police come at the end of the night.
So like
the next day.
Yeah, like the one thing I was confused about that all my friends and everybody were trying to like explain was, so the name of the woman that survived. What is her name? Lee. Okay. So she is now the butcher? She went through that ritual with the witch.
Yes.
So now is she a butcher alongside the original butcher?
I'm not positive. I think she was like possessed in that moment.
Yeah.
Like for like the rest of the night or whatever. For the rest of the blood moon.
Temporary butcher, I guess? I wasn't really sure what was going on there.
Yeah. But I think that's what happened. Like she did the deal with the witch by eating the pig's heart and all that stuff. So I guess that's when she was possessed.
And I appreciated the subtle comedy here and there, like when it cuts to the guy in the pig costume
Oh
just
my God,
riding in the car. That was really good.
That was a great. How'd you get here? Did you drive? Nope, took an Uber. And he's just in full costume, full pig costume.
And I thought there was going to be a point to that character, and then the butcher people just slice him up, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was just a reason to like get them to like back to the Polk house and like try
Yeah.
and redeem like get the tape and stuff.
right, and I was surprised that they were so worried about going back to the place with the inbred people because you know they killed off the mother and she was the real like terror of them. Her sons were just kind of nitwits.
Yeah, like
But,
just
yeah.
taking orders. Yeah, Lee just went for selfish reasons to get the tape so she
Right.
could like clear her name.
And that was the thing that was really interesting is that they played it off well because they built up the whole tape and they're like, oh, like now the other people know that she killed her husband, but then you know you think she's gonna get comeuppance to that? No, she's the one that lives.
Yeah.
And like my goodness, what is the name of the British woman?
Audrey, I think.
Yeah, because she's been surviving so she's been the one
She's
like
been through a lot.
and then like just like the black guy at the end of Night of the Living Dead who just gets popped off right at the end. She just has this incredibly undignified, unceremonious.
Yeah. Yeah. It did have a little bit of social commentary with like because it was a white woman getting shot by the
Yes.
police and the black woman surviving. So there was a little bit of social commentary.
Maybe it was like a reversal of the message in that film.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting.
And also I know I want to get one point in really quick. Like in the preview, I know you haven't watched any of the previous seasons, but
No.
the preview, like when she's like, "Oh, we're here with Lee, and we're gonna tell her story." That's Lana Winters from season
Previous
2,
season.
and I'm really excited. And I know Ryan Murphy. The first 5 episodes was its own thing. The next 4 were another thing, and now the last one's its own thing too. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do
So
here.
am I.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have. But stick around for more news and television.
Welcome back. We have some exciting season premieres coming your way this week.
What happens when a thief and a con artist get released from prison? Good Behavior, the upcoming drama series, tells us just that. It follows Letty Raines after her time in jail as she is finally reunited with her son and is looking to stay clear from trouble. A relationship with a hitman may cancel all hopes of staying afloat, though, and land Letty right back where she started. Tune in to see a season full of drama and chaos starting on November 15th on TNT.
MTV is bringing a story for the millennials with the new series Sweet Vicious, following 2 wannabe vigilantes as they try to bring justice to those who get away with abuse on college campuses. This series promises to be a sure superhero story. Watch what happens as 2 girls who felt like they didn't belong come together and find home in each other when Sweet Vicious premieres November 15th. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Ryan Phillippe stars and produces this next show, Shooter. An adaptation of the novel Point of Impact is a new American TV series that follows a former Marine sniper's life in exile after his time in the military. His new life is short-lived when he's dragged into a scheme to kill the president. Will he go through with it, or will he give his expertise on how to save the commander-in-chief? Shooter premieres November 15th on USA. Let's check out the trailer.
After 5 seasons, the Supernatural series that brought us drama, horror, comedy, action, and romance is coming to an end. Teen Wolf is approaching its last season this fall, and it promises to be an emotional yet ghostly one. Scott, Stiles, Lydia, Mila, and the rest of the squad return to their second semester at Beacon Hill, getting closer and closer to graduation and going their separate ways. The last semester is all but easy when trouble quickly finds them. Tune in when the last season of Teen Wolf premieres November 15th on MTV.
That's all the time we have in television this week. Be sure to tune in next week for more news on upcoming television series.
Up next, we have Mike with a discussion on the recent production dropouts from the upcoming Deadpool 2 sequel.
Hey guys, we're back with another discussion. I'm here with Regis, and we're going to be talking about the recent loss of director and composer from Deadpool 2. So, the original director from the first movie, Tim Miller, he is not doing Deadpool 2 anymore because of differences with him and Ryan Reynolds and how they see the series going forward. So how do you think it's going to turn out?
I don't know. I think it was as far as how it's going to turn out, I guess if they get a good enough director, then yeah, it should be okay. But they might have to though I think it was originally supposed to come out next year. I don't know. They
Yeah.
might have to make the movie come out.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere it said they won't be filming some of the scenes until June of next year, so it probably won't be back out till like end of 2018. So we have like maybe 2 years to get it.
Yeah.
So they have time to fix it if anything needs to be fixed. But I don't think it should affect it too much because Ryan Reynolds is like a big part of
Yeah.
Deadpool. He's loved the character since forever. He was very disappointed in his first portrayal of Deadpool, and he's the big reason why it got made in the first place. So I think it'll be fine, but we'll see. It also lost its composer because the composer said there isn't a Deadpool movie without Tim Miller.
Right.
So do you think anything's going to change with that?
I don't know. I guess that. You mean as far as the composer goes?
Yeah,
or-
like the music or anything. Because the first one had
Yeah,
so many
right.
like good songs to
Yeah.
go with it and like fit the environment so well.
I mean, it might, but I mean, I'm sure if Ryan Reynolds is gonna have like a big part of it, is he producing the second one?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure it will still be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, I mean, that's like,
Yeah, that's the main thing I was worried
Yeah.
about. Just didn't want Ryan Reynolds to leave because he did so well,
Yeah.
and they'd have to just make the whole movie over again, the first one,
right.
if Ryan Reynolds left.
Yeah,
because,
there's no way. Like,
Yeah. Now, also, they announced some casting, which Zac Efron's going to be Cable, which is his sidekick. And they
Okay.
cast him because he's, like, big and, like, hefty. So
Yeah.
how do you think he's going to do in the movie?
I mean, I haven't really seen much of him, and I don't think I've ever seen him play a violent role like that.
Yeah.
So it should be different.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing him as, like, this funny frat
Yeah.
guy kind of character. And, like, Neighbors and Neighbors 2, even though Neighbors 2 wasn't that great. But, yeah, so it'll be very different from his usual stuff. And also, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' real-life wife, is being introduced as a new love interest. So what do you think is going to happen to, like, the love interest from the first one, Vanessa?
I don't know. Usually superhero movies, like, I don't know, like maybe, like, you could just say they didn't work out or something. I mean,
Maybe.
Can't really.
Yeah. I just, like, that character she was a good character, even though she was, like, kind of the damsel in distress. She kind of took
Yeah.
care of herself. So, hopefully, they might end up, like, actually killing her character off somehow. So she might appear in the movie.
Yeah,
But,
that would work too.
yeah. I'm excited to see, like, the chemistry Ryan Reynolds and his wife actually have in a movie together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have Tiffany with this week's box office top 5.
Let's look at this as some group bonding time.
God, no! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! You were supposed to take a bite out of your fruit before that line, not afterward. There we go. Get your shadows out of my shot! Hey, Ghost of Christmas Past, what are you doing here? Oh my God, you look uglier regularly. Arthur. What? I am sick of this. I am sick of this. I am sick of that. I am sick of you, and I hate you. Oh my God! No! No! Oh my God! I should have expected this from you. Sick, stupid commoner! I am going to destroy you and everyone you love.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Hey guys, I'm Tiffany and we're back with this week's box office top 5. Coming in at number 5 with $6.2 million is the thriller film Inferno. Robert Langdon, a famous symbologist, goes after a trail of clues tied to Dante, a medieval poet. Suddenly, he wakes up in an Italian hospital with amnesia. He then pairs up with Dr. Sienna, who he hopes will help recover his memories, and together they race against the clock across Europe to stop a maniac that'll release a deadly global virus that could wipe out half the world's population. Hanging on to the number 4 spot with $7.7 million is the comedy Boo, A Madea Halloween. It's been a while since Tyler Perry got into his character of Madea, but now he's back with his first Halloween movie. Madea finds herself stuck in mayhem when she spends her Halloween fighting off killers, paranormal ghosts, ghouls, and zombies, while she also has to keep her eye out of a group of misbehaving teens. Coming in at number 3 is the new movie Hacksaw Ridge, bringing in $15.2 million. This drama depicts the true story of PFC Desmond T. Doss, who won the Congressional Medal of Honor despite refusing to bear arms during World War II on religious grounds. Doss was drafted and ostracized by fellow soldiers for his pacifist stance, but went on to earn respect and adoration for his bravery, selflessness, and compassion after he risked his life, without firing a single shot, to save 75 men in the Battle of Okinawa. Debuting in the number 2 spot is the family-friendly movie Trolls. Trolls is a story told in a colorful, song-filled world where trolls live happy, optimistic lives. 2 of these trolls get into trouble when troll eaters, called Burgeons, come after them. Opening this weekend with a whopping $85 million is the Marvel movie Doctor Strange. When Stephen Strange, a neurosurgeon, is in a horrible car accident, he realizes that he has possessed powers beyond this dimension. After rigorous training, his newfound power, he is sent to defend New York City from an evil sorcerer from a different dimension. Well guys, that's all we have in box office news this week. Be sure to tune in next week to see if your favorite new movie is still in the top 5. Up next, we have Mike with this week's news and entertainment.
Hey guys, I'm Mike, and this week we have some exciting news in the industry. Harry Potter fans were crushed to see one of their favorite characters killed off in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. But those same fans can be excited for the sequel of Fantastic Beasts. That's right, Dumbledore will be returning to the big screen in the sequel to the new Potter franchise. Richard Harris started the character that we have grown to love, with Michael Gambon taking over after Harris's death in 2002. However, Gambon will not be returning as the Dumbledore that we are so familiar with. No news yet of who will be cast as the new Dumbledore, but we can hope that he'll bring the mystery of Dumbledore to light like Richard Harris did in the first 2 films. 2 weeks ago, it was announced that That's So Raven will be getting a spin-off show on the Disney Channel, this time with Raven as the mother of 2. No news has been reported about who will be taking on the roles, as casting is still in the works. However, last Monday, Raven's TV children were announced. Nia, her daughter, who is bold and confident and has inherited her ability to see the future. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Booker, who is a young, naive mama's boy who isn't ready to grow up. We'll be sure to keep you guys posted on everything That's So Raven. Rosie O'Donnell has announced that she'll be cast in an upcoming pilot on Showtime. Smilf is a new television show based on the short film of the same name directed by Frankie Shaw. The television series follows the life of a 20-year-old single mom experiencing sex, relationships, and her career all at once. O'Donnell will be playing Bridget's mother, who is dedicated to her daughter and grandson, while also being unapologetically herself. Big Bang Theory fans will be excited to learn that a Big Bang Theory spin-off series is in the works. With the show reaching 10 years on the air and stars growing out of their characters, CBS is bringing fans a spin-off prequel series following the life of Sheldon Cooper during his teenage years. The spin-off plans to have a single-camera format compared to their multi-camera format they have now, and is described to have a Malcolm in the Middle-esque feel to it. Fans are excited to see the young Sheldon enter college and gain his multiple degrees while dealing with other people at a young age. The series will be casting all new actors, as none of the current actors will be returning to the spin-off. That's all we have this week in the industry. Tune in next week for more. Up next, we have myself with another discussion to close out the night. Don't miss it. Hey, welcome to another discussion on Entertainment News Break. I'm with Alexa. We're going to be discussing not really casting of Dumbledore, but an announcement that they're going to cast a new Dumbledore. How do you feel about that?
I think there have been so many different Dumbledores at this point.
It's only 2.
I mean, I guess, but there's so many faces of Dumbledore at this point.
Which one did you prefer?
Honestly, I kind of liked the second one that they casted because he was just, I think his role was just important for the overall, like, series, for him to be, like, a little bit mysterious and also a little bit dark, too. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people preferred the first Dumbledore because it was the first 2 movies.
Me.
And it was very, like, light and happy. Harry Potter, welcome to Harry Potter. When, like, everything started to get, like, real, I think the new Dumbledore did a fantastic job at it.
I think he did all right. I didn't like him that much. I really wish I could have seen Richard Harris do the rest of the movies because I feel like he would have brought what I read into, like, for Dumbledore's character, like the mysterious headmaster that we don't really know this background. Because I think he did that pretty well in the first 2, even though there wasn't much going on. But I feel like he would have done great. Like, my favorite example about how not hate, but I didn't really care for Michael Gowden? I forget his last name. But is in the 4th movie. In the book, it says, "Harry, did you put your name in the goblet?" Said calmly. In the movie, he goes, "Harry,
did you put your name in the goblet of fire?"
And so I was like, "You're ruining this for me." But who do you think, like, should play Dumbledore?
I mean, it's a significant amount of time before Harry Potter, so it's definitely going to be young.
It's 70 years before?
Yeah, so I think it's going to be someone young.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be, like, at most, like, maybe in his 20s, his teenager years.
Maybe, I was thinking, since we don't know much about Johnny Depp's character, he would be the new Dumbledore.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Because we don't know much about his character. We don't know anything about his character. We know he might show up briefly in the first one, in the first Fantastic Beasts movie, but we know for sure he's going to be in the second one. So there's a chance it could be Johnny Depp.
I think maybe, like, since Johnny Depp does a great job with changing his, like, features for movies, he never looks the same.
Yeah, never.
So I feel like maybe that'd be a good thing for Dumbledore, just so we could get, like, a different, like, perspective, because we always see him the same. He has the beard, he has, like, it's just, like, the long hair. What if he had, like, short hair when he was younger and just is, like,
He's,
this
like,
suave?
short hair and, like, a beard, like a full-on, like, hipster.
He has a beard but short hair. He's a modern day hipster
And 1920 something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what do you want to see most, like, done with the character? Because I know J.K. Rowling did confirm that Dumbledore was in fact gay. So do you think they're gonna do that? They're gonna, like, do that story kind of?
I think that probably they're gonna do that, especially since J.K. Rowling confirmed it. Definitely have some hint of him being gay, but that'd be kind of cool if he was like a little, like, hipster with beard, short hair, and he was gay. I think that'd be cool.
And I think that'd be good for, like, now, because, like, a lot of shows and movies are integrating into, like, gay rights and, like, gay characters. So I feel like they might actually do that because it's so significant right now and relevant.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Don't forget to check out Entertainment News Break on Facebook and on Twitter at ENB_IEPTV. Stay tuned for next week's episode, same time, same place.